The man who followed his wife. I remember the first time I saw him sweeping the compound. It was early in the morning, the sun still waking up. I had stepped out to buy bread when I noticed him, tall, lean, a man in his early 30s, holding a broom, sweeping with quiet focus. At first, I thought he was just helping out for the day. Maybe his wife was sick. Maybe their house help didn't show up. But then I kept seeing him, washing clothes, cooking in the tiny kitchen, carrying a basket to the market. The other men in the compound whispered among themselves. A whole man, doing housework while his wife goes to work, they murmured. Some laughed. Some shook their heads. But me, I was curious. I wanted to know his story. His name was Tand. He wasn't jobless, and he wasn't weak. In fact, he used to be a primary school teacher, earning 60,000 Nigerian nairas a month. It wasn't much, but it was enough to get by. Most importantly, he loved teaching. It gave him joy to see his pupils learn, to be part of shaping young minds. Then, just a few months before his wedding, everything changed. His fiancée, Amaka, got a job offer. Not just any job, one that paid 5 times his salary. The catch. The job was in another state. It was the kind of opportunity that could change her life, their life. But it also came with a difficult question. Who would move? Would Amaka leave the job and stay with Tand? Or would Tand leave his job and follow her? The answer should have been simple. In their culture, a wife was supposed to follow her husband, not the other way around. A man was supposed to be the provider, the leader, the one whose career mattered more. If Tand followed her, people would talk. They would call him weak. They would laugh at him. But Tand didn't care. He thought about their future, not about what people would say. He quit his job and followed Amaka. It wasn't easy. The first few weeks in the new city were strange. Amaka left for work every morning while he stayed home. He had nowhere to go, nothing to do. The silence in the house felt heavy. There were days when doubt crept in, when he wondered if he had made the right choice. Then one day, he decided he wouldn't sit around feeling sorry for himself. Since he was home, he would take care of their home. He woke up early, swept the house, cooked meals, did the laundry. He made sure Amaka never came home to stress. She worked hard, so he made sure she rested when she got home. He didn't see it as weakness. He saw it as love. But society didn't understand. Neighbors whispered. The men in the compound laughed at him. House husband, they called him. Some even told him to be a man and get a job even if it was just driving a kiki. Tand ignored them. At the end of every month, when Amaka got her salary, she handed him her ATM card. He was the one who handled their finances. He gave her an allowance for her personal needs, paid the bills, saved money, and made sure they never lacked. Not once did Amaka complain. Not once did she make him feel less of a man. She understood the sacrifices he had made for their future. Then, one day, everything changed again. Through Amaka's connections, Tand got a job, one that paid even more than hers. From there, he started a business. Their finances grew. Life became easier. Now, the same men who mocked him started respecting him. But what they didn't understand was this: Tand had always been a man. Not because of how much he earned or what work he did, but because of how he put his family first. He was a leader, not just in their home, but in their future. And Amaka, she was the kind of wife who knew the worth of a good man. I watched them for years, and I learned something from them. Sometimes, love isn't about who follows who. It's about working together, even when the road is different from what people expect.